Hey guys, DCK here. I accidentally started the video, but I guess I'll start talking now. I'm actually watching True Hollywood Story, Hulk Hogan and Family. Oh, sweet, sweet irony. But it's actually on the part where he's talking about his wrestling career and starting in the territories and all that junk. So, screw it. I'll have that on while I'm doing this vid. This is just me catching up. I'm at home, long weekend, got 4-day weekend. Thank you, Veterans Day, and then no classes Friday, because my teachers decided to be cool this week. Good stuff. I'm trying to remember what I wanted to talk about in this video. Whoa, big burp. That's what water will do for you. Oh, there's Bobby Heenan. Love me some Bobby Heenan. I seem to mention a lot of like wrestlers and stuff before my time, before I even started watching wrestling that I love. I really do try and watch. I don't discriminate based on the era, the country. I try not to do that, and I learned to love it, man. I love a bunch of stuff from before. I mean, God, my favorite, almost all of like my top favorite matches were before I started wrestling. Hell, a few of them were before I could, walk. But that kind of good stuff. So, I haven't been watching wrestling since, I'm not True Slayer, I'm not Mutant, I haven't been watching wrestling for 30 plus years. I just try to learn. And I think watching older wrestling, watching newer wrestling, you get it helps me personally get a sense of what I like to see in wrestling, because there's different types of wrestling, the territory, the era, the types of wrestlers. Like, you see them, you get a whole variety, and then you see it, and it's wonderful. So yeah, there's that. Speaking of varied wrestling, I wanted this video was originally going to be a who's that creeping by my house? There's a creepy vehicle. Alright, sorry, distracted. I wanted to talk about 3 matches that I was originally going to make this video a response to AMCN1, his recommended or not vid, which he did 1 or 2 days ago, where he talked about some Big Japan, New Japan, and Noah stuff that he was recommending from some of those shows. And I wanted to do this, but I realized that these matches were from August 22nd, so I didn't bother, because his stuff was at least older. It was at least a month more recent than mine, because it's freaking November. I keep forgetting that. 3 matches from the Noah. I think it was one of the end shows for their summer navigation on August 22nd this year. 3 matches that I thought were just really, go check them out. Kenta versus Atsushi Aoki. Really hot juniors match. It's only about 12 minutes long, but I think it was like they told the story, they got the stuff in, they got the action in 12 minutes, which I thought was very cool for them to do that just like, in 12 minutes, which is not easy to do. Especially the way they did it. Another match was Go Shiozaki and Shinsuke Nakamura. I've really, ever since Wrestle Kingdom 4, I've really enjoyed having the New Japan and Noah rosters, mixing it up here or there, which it's just been really enjoyable, and this was no exception. I'm becoming a bigger and bigger Go Shiozaki fan every time I see him. He has a certain charisma about him. I think he's got a pretty good frame. I mean, he's got this, it's like I believe he used to be in the junior area, and then he moved up, and I think he's a fairly convincing looking heavyweight, and the way he carries himself and his charisma, he's really got it going. And Nakamura did a good job. Like, Nakamura does some, some strong style type stuff that's really good and good against a guy like Shiozaki. Just meshed well. Oh, Hulk Hogan's back. Oh, is that the Shea Stadium? I believe the Shea Stadium match with Andre. They're showing. It's pretty crazy. I believe that was at Shea Stadium. And yeah. And speaking of another guy who's really impressing me from Noah is the GHC heavyweight champion Takashi Sugiura. When he defended against Jun Akiyama, I really enjoyed Jun Akiyama. He used to, like, a couple of years ago, he, when he was first coming in and getting big, towards the end of his stay in All Japan before going to Noah, he had a very unique charisma about him that I really liked, which wasn't necessarily present in the other famous five from All Japan. Some say the Four Pillars, which wouldn't include him. I say the famous five, which does include him, because I don't know, I'm a big fan of him. He's good at, and those two, another really great match. Yeah, just good stuff. It was a good, I felt it was a good story of, I don't know, maybe this was kind of the story in my head. Look at Sugiura, young guy, real tight body. He's got almost like these MMA shorts on, good haircut. And then you look at Akiyama, he's got your standard pro wrestling tights. He's kind of chubby. His hair's obviously going. It's just and it was for me, it was kind of a young versus old story for parts of it. And then you also had Sugiura using Akiyama's knees, which is cool psychology. A lot of work on the neck area, which is perfect setting up for Sugiura's angle Olympic slam finishing move, which works, and it was a really good match. And I'm really I really enjoyed Japanese wrestling when I think Japanese wrestling does better than stuff as even on the indies have been doing. They just seem to, like the name guys really seem to just build a match, start here, and end pretty much on top. And sometimes the climax can last forever, which is, the longer the climax can last, the crazier a match can get, and that's pretty damn cool. Hogan beating up Sylvester Stallone. That's funny. The leg drop of doom. Oh my gosh. I'm just getting distracted by a freaking Hulk Hogan documentary. By the fucking E! Channel of all things. Hey, that shows how big Hogan is, man. It's crazy. Speaking of recommended things, I finally saw through Savage Progress Cuts the Jungle Line, the Chikara Brooklyn debut with Manami Toyota. Check out the show. Just check out the show. Cool, fun opener with Soldier Ant 3.0 because the rest of the colony was hurt, which sucks because the colony's awesome against Fist. It would have been really cool to see Fist versus the colony with this with the new addition of Johnny Gargano replacing Gran Akuma. But yeah, good stuff there. I really enjoyed the Delirious Daisy Hayes versus Osirian Portal match. I thought that was really good. It made Hayes look really good. I'm gonna tell you, if you were a woman wrestler on this card, you looked fucking good. Daisy Hayes did her thing. She's a good freaking heel. She's like despite being the smallest, being smaller than Del Rey, who are like the two Chikara regular women. She's a damn good heel. I can actually believe her being a heel more than Sarah Del Rey. The Olsen twins reuniting during the Future Is Now Unstable match. Cool stuff. Anything else? Kingston and Aries had it was a good match, but I thought it did have some very nice some good psychology to it while it was going, but there was some screwy stuff. Fucking BDK, man, they're fucking heels, alright. God, it just pissed me off, man. And Aries beat him. Yep, that happened. But the main event was so ballin'. The freaking main event was wonderful. Manami Toyota and Mike Quackenbush versus Claudio Castagnoli and Sarah Del Rey. Holy balls. God, I enjoyed it. What am I thinking? Yeah. Quack and Claudio work so fucking well together. Because Claudio is fucking strong. He's so fucking strong. It's not even funny. And Quack can move. I mean, God, he's pushing the late 30s, isn't he? He's getting up there. But God, he can move. Quack can do a little bit of everything, which is so cool. And he has such a unique charisma about him. And the stuff between him and Toyota punking out Claudio, Toyota and Sarah Del Rey just hating each other. They just wanted to be like, I'm the fucking best, and and the finish. Oh my God. Spoiler alert for the next few seconds. Toyota made Del Rey tap out to the Chikara special. How cool does that make Mike Quackenbush look? He's like, oh yeah, it's just Manami Toyota using my signature submission that I invented. Nothing big. It's only the greatest women's wrestler of all time, arguably. God, that's so cool. And it was the big, like, right here to the BDK. So cool. And then also, I made a quick vid about it a little while ago, but you guys, if you're a Chikara fan, and if you're even barely a Chikara fan, read the blogs because they're really intriguing. They add a lot to the storylines, like more than just the DVDs. Like if you've seen the past, I believe it's the past 3 entries, the 9th, the 10th, and the 11th. Jigsaw was just like, he's talking about, me and Quack, we need to get the 3 points, and we need to get the Campeonatos back. But the BDK keeps doing it, but we're back at 0, but we're going to do it again. Next day, Stigma, a.k.a. Shane Storm, is just like, I know of a Chikara team that has 3 points, and all they have posted is the video that highlights the Quackenbush Shane Storm transforming into Stigma storyline that circled around the Chikara special. And it reminds you, fuck, they still have 3 points. They never tagged up after they earned that 3rd point. So they couldn't have lost as a tag team. So they still have 3 points. However, the next day, Quack responded. He's like, yep, we do have 3 points, but screw you, Stigma. I can't trust you because you ratted out the Chikara special. You suck. It will be Jigsaw who I team with to get the 3 points and beat the BDK. Intrigue, love it. God damn. Maybe I should watch wrestling more because maybe it is a little bit better than I think it is. Well, at least when I look. See what happens when you look at indie wrestling, folks? Maybe I'll talk about mainstream another time. There's little things in mainstream I could talk about at some point, but what have you. I'm gonna watch Hulk Hogan as he beats the Iron Sheik. DoubleCrossKing. Stay classy, everybody.